Tennessee. He was, when he went to Ohio State as a younger coach, and he's done great things, anything he's done. So it's been really cool to see.
Oh yeah.
I was just going to ask you, what do you think has enabled him to have so much success so quickly in New England? Like in 1 year to be in the Super Bowl, to turn it around from what it's been the last couple years. I mean, it's fucking amazing. Like truly.
It is. I think it's a combination of things. I think RKK, Mr. Kraft, making the right call, getting the right people in the building at the right time. I think it's the relationship between Elliott Wolf, Stretch, Vrabel, whoever's getting the players in. They've hit on a lot of their free agents. Milton Williams has been lights out. Spillane's been lights out. Diggs in the offensive side's brought a new attitude to that receiver room. And then they have 11 rookies that they've drafted on the team. So, they've been hitting on guys they brought in, guys they've drafted, and Drake May having Josh McDaniels this year, I think, has been huge. So I think it's a combination of like the perfect storm of things happening, and things can happen that quick in this league because, it's built on parity, and the crappiest team is not as crappy as you think in this league. Like they're like 5 players away, which can be hit in a draft or through free agency, however your team is built. So I think it's a combination of things.
Love it.
And Brady's a great coach, too, Shit.
Oh, yeah.
We got Cooper Kupp coming on here after you, brother, to represent the Seattle side. 2 of the best wide receivers ever to play in the Super Bowl, man. Cooper's coming back for his second run at it. You got anything you want to say to Cooper? Have any questions for him?
Ask him. I've been making my French press coffee a little weird. Just ask him, what's the weight on how much I got to put in? Because he's a big coffee guy. He did his dodo thing over here once. He gave me a coffee machine. We know he's the Triple Crown winner. We know he's still balling in the Super Bowl, and he's still balling at a high level at a high age. But I just want to know about the coffee. How do I get my French press right?
Dude, coffee is an underrated part about having success in the league, too. Whenever I get a young guy and he's not drinking coffee, I'm like, dude, do you not like taking legal performance enhancers? Why the fuck would you not drink coffee? What are you doing, man?
I didn't drink coffee until I got in the league.
That's right.
Then I started chewing. I started drinking coffee. I mean, how do you get through these meetings?
That's right.
People don't realize this is like you have to go to school before you get to just play football. It's like you're in class all day long.
Yeah.
That's so
absolutely.
fucking good. All right, we got to ask about the French press, man. I'm actually curious about this one.
Is there anything you would say the Patriots win if they do X?
They get the ball off Sam Darnold.
Okay.
Patriots win if they can get the ball off Sam Darnold and win that turnover margin.
Yeah.
I really think if you get it to a nitty-gritty game, you have Milton Williams in the middle, Barmore in the middle together, getting pressure in the middle of the pocket and getting a takeaway from that explosive offense. I think, and they got to take advantage of it. I think they have that's their best opportunity of winning. Because I think Seattle, if you look at them, they're a complementary football team. We've talked about it all year, all phases, special teams, offense, defense. But when they've gotten to hairy, nitty-gritty games with teams, they've been able to beat them with all their units. I don't think they could do that with the Patriots. They're pretty dang good on all 3 units too. So I think when they get into a hairy game with a team that can nullify them on special teams and not give them an explosion play, or maybe hit them with the explosion play with Marcus Jones at punt return or kickoff. I think those are the types of teams that they struggle with, because then it presses on to Darnold to making a play. They got to get more in the drop back. They can't play on schedule with their run game always.
Yeah.
So getting the ball off Sam, getting that pressure in the middle of the pocket, I think it'll give them their best chance to win.
That makes sense, man.
I love
Makes
it.
all the sense in the world.
Interior pressure. If you look at all the Super Bowl teams that have won over the last few years, I mean, you look at dominant D tackles and controlling the middle of that freaking line of scrimmage. And it disrupts the run game, and then it pressures the quarterback. Everybody wants to talk about edge pressure. There's something about that interior pressure. And Milton Williams and Barmore are freaking balling right now, both of them.
Well, especially with his pocket passer. Sam, he's athletic. But he likes to do everything behind that center at 8-7 yards, wherever that spot is for him.
Yeah.
And he likes to deliver the ball off that play action. They do a great job moving it, but Sam Seen he don't like that middle pressure. If you watch, whenever he struggled, it's because of that pressure right in his face, because it's hard to dissect that defense.
Absolutely. Gets him a little bit off schedule, gets him off target, and then also he'll still throw it up there. All right.
Let's hit it with this last thing, dude. We got to know you're welcome to the Super Bowl moment. Out of all the Super Bowls you went to, man, what was the one moment that hit you that you can remember that was just like, man, I'm in it, man?
I really think there's two for me. From my first one, we lost against the New York Giants in 2011, and that was still early. That was still kind of almost pre-phone, still getting into the phone age. And
the phone age.
That first kickoff, when you used to run in these Super Bowls, all you would see is just flashes.
Yes.
And I was an R2. And you'd run, and I just remember seeing all the flashes on kickoff.
Oh,
and I remember seeing those flashes.
Dude, that's cinematic, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's super. I remember that, and the national anthem. You know, when the national anthem's going, you see who's singing it. There's some whatever celebrities there. So you start to feel the environment of how big this is. Yes. I think those two things were like my welcome to the Super Bowl moment. By the time we got there in 14 again, and then 16, then I kind of had a feel for it. But that first time, it's like, holy smokes.
Yeah. Dude, you ain't
what
lying.
are we doing here, Batman?
Dude, pre-phone and pre-kickoff changed. Like the kickoff when it was the fucking kickoff. You know what I mean?
We're rolling.
Dude, we're fucking charged.
War daddy. I'm going to go bust a wedge.
That's right.
That's fucking
And the moment you said national anthem, I started getting goosebumps, because that is, and still, even like when I'm at a regular game, every time I hear the national anthem, that kind of is like, for some reason, a very visceral moment for me. And I don't think it's just about the national anthem. It's something about like that. It's about to happen. Like that's always the trigger in our heads for
timing.
Yes. And at the Super Bowl, it just is at another level every single time. That's one of my favorite moments, when they're videotaping everybody and you see guys just like so emotional, like just like caged dogs ready to get out there. And man, puts you right back into it for sure.
It really does, man.
The national anthem, anytime you watch it, like especially in the big games, you got the jets flying over, you got the military there, the fans are going, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you got, someone's crying. That's because that, like you said, it's calm before the storm. It's about to go down.
Yes.
And it's been like that since we were kids.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right after the national anthem, we're going and we're playing ball.
Yes.
Headbutting everybody. Fucking fire up, man. Go.
Well, I'm fired up for the Super Bowl, baby. I can't wait. Pats, Seahawks, we appreciate you hopping on, Jules. You're the man, brother.
No problem, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you to Julian Edelman. Edelnut did not disappoint.
Jules is the man, dude.
But we do have one more guest. We've heard from the Patriots side and contingency. Now it's time to go to Seattle. We have
the other white out.
Oh man, we have the one and only Cooper Kupp. All right, thank you to our presenting sponsor, Intuit TurboTax.
Hey, you guys know what time of year it is. It's tax season.
That's right. It's April 15th deadline coming up, and it'll be here before you know it.
But this year brings a new major upgrade. That's right. TurboTax now has in-person locations nationwide. How about that?
That's right. Walk into a modern TurboTax location near you and meet face-to-face with a real tax expert to drop off your documents and ask questions. Or don't. Just drop them off and let them take care of it.
There you go. Once you meet with a full-service expert, they do your taxes for you, and you can track their progress right through the TurboTax app.
And you can get real-time notifications as you go about your day, while your expert reviews everything for you, so you know you're getting every dollar you deserve.
There you go. All while you put that extra time that you're saving and energy towards what you actually enjoy, like playing golf or trying to dunk a basketball or just enjoying some sunshine.
Head to TurboTax.com to find a store location near you and get matched with the TurboTax expert with real-time updates in the iOS app.
Thank you to our sponsor, Reese's Oreo Cups. Reese's Cups with Oreo cookie crumbs included. You know how to get the Kelce boys fired up.
Oh, it's the biggest news, not just in candy, but in all of snacking. That's right. It's the news we've been waiting for forever.
The Reese's Oreo Cup is one of those drop everything announcements. That's right. One of those remember where you were when they heard it announcements.
Yeah. Do you remember where you were when you heard that they were coming out with Reese's Oreo Cups, Travis?
Well, I can certainly tell you where I was headed when I found out the closest place that had Reese's Oreo Cups. That's where I was going.
Reese's Oreo Cup. If you didn't know, now you do. Drop what you're doing and go get them immediately. That's right, available wherever candy is sold. You will not be disappointed. Thank you to our partner, Adobe Acrobat.
We've shown you over the last few weeks some of the incredible new features Acrobat has to offer, but what about non-football content?
That's right. We've had so many amazing guests this season, and in order to have meaningful conversations, a lot of research goes into every interview prep.
How about it? Brandon, why don't you take your final victory lap showing the 92%ers here how PDF spaces can be used for interview prep.
Okay, let's see how this happens.
All right. Thank you. Final victory lap here. The last thing I want to talk to you guys about with PDF Spaces is that it really helps take the stress out of interview prep by organizing the team's research and providing trustworthy citations and sources. Always double check what you're reading on the internet. It's actually way more helpful to use this than it is to just start with a blank page. Like when we had Matt Damon on, we could easily source articles on his personal life, on his professional career, and even get hints and read all the rumors about what he's got coming up. Additionally, you can chat with the AI assistant to get audience insights and even suggestions on what you should ask somebody you're going to have on your podcast. It basically tells you what the internet wants you to ask somebody, and then you just do your best to ask the right questions. Basically, PDF Spaces makes being an intern a whole lot easier. Back to you, fellas.
That's right. PDF Spaces is the smartest way to prep for and enjoy authentic conversations.
Learn more at adobe.com/do-that-with-Acrobat. Here to represent the Seattle Seahawks, our guest is a 6'2" wide receiver from Eastern Washington University. He is a Pro Bowler, All-Pro, NFL Triple Crown winner, and 2021 NFL Offensive Player of the Year. He is a Super Bowl champion and Super Bowl 56 MVP. 92%ers, please welcome Cooper Kupp.
That's awesome. The most proud I am is that you rounded up from 6'1" to 6'2". That was the best part of the whole thing right there. I'll take that.
Do it. I'm the same way. I'm 6'3".
All the stats, all the things. Yeah, let's go. I'll take it.
A combine will get you, man. They go down to the eighth of an inch. It's not fair.
I was 6'5" my whole life, and at the combine, I'm 6'4" and 7/8. So I'm like, you motherfuckers couldn't give me one more eighth of an inch.
You learn a lot at the combine, man. You learn a lot, even about yourself. Even about yourself. Like, oh, I had no idea I was that short. That's crazy.
I'm that slow? I thought I ran a 4.7. I didn't know I was running a...
Hey, you're telling me. You're telling me.
Yeah.
Yeah, wanted to jump it off, man. Congrats on the year so far, man. NFC champs. You know how to do this thing, though, man. Obviously, you have literally the best run in playoff history at the wide receiver position, man, in terms of just stats and touchdowns and going out there and actually getting the fucking dub in the big game, man. How does it feel to get back to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. You just don't take these things for granted. I mean, we've all been lucky enough to be on parts of teams that get to the show and, make it happen, get the chance to play in the big one. And I've also been we've all been part of really good teams where, man, the belief is that you're there. You're going through training camp. You're like, we're going to the Super Bowl. We know the work. We have everything it takes to get there, and you don't, and you fall short. And so to be in this place, to be able to, week in, week out, find a way to get wins and get here, it's a special thing.
How has it been with the new team? Obviously, this is... not a lot of people from the outside saw it coming. I'm sure you guys, seeing it from your perspective, had high expectations. What's the team camaraderie been like all year? How has it been being in Seattle? It's
been good. I mean, obviously it was a new experience coming over here with the new team and all that. But there was a belief early on, like you said, it was exactly what Mike McDonald said up there on that stage. We did not care. It was like this whole thing, like all the narratives, all this other stuff. Like, no, we're just going about our business. We're gonna handle our stuff. And it was that from day one, from OTAs on. It's like, man, we're just gonna do what we do and get better and better and better. And it wasn't like this. This isn't one of those teams that I would have said day one, like, oh yeah, we got all the pieces together to go make this thing happen. It was truly like a slow build of like, hey, this is coming together and gelling, and the guys are coming together, the belief in one another.
the camaraderie of the people, the energy of the locker room is special.
You could feel the energy in the fucking preseason, Coop. I remember playing you guys in the preseason, dude, and I was sitting there on the sideline that second half, watching my guys try and battle your guys' like kind of like second and third string guys, and I'm sitting there, I'm just like, this team has the fucking juice. Like, these guys love playing the game of football, and they do it together. And it wasn't just the starters, it wasn't just the guys after that. It was all the way through the end of the game, man. And when you see guys loving to play the game together like that, man, having that energy, having that excitement is the start of it. And then from there, you obviously have great coaches, great leaders. You got to talk to us about a guy named Sam Darnold. How fun has it been fucking seeing that guy grow into the Super Bowl quarterback that he is today?
Ginger Cuz.
I was waiting for it. He's been the man. Honestly, the quarterbacks in general, they are on the highest pedestal. Like, you do not have a whole lot of time to prove yourself before you get counted out. And for Sam Darnold to do what he did, going through this time with the Jets, with Carolina, all the scarring that happens, that's like, man, everything that's put on you that's saying you aren't this anymore. Like, you're not that guy. For him to push through all those things, to go to San Francisco, to learn his stuff there, to be able to like take in all this, the Shanahan, like, man, this is, I can do this system. I believe in this, how this is done, how quarterbacks are asked to play this game, to go and do it for KOC in Minnesota, and then to come over here and just ball out like this. I mean, it's just incredible. It's not talked about enough how special and how difficult that is for quarterbacks to do. It is not an easy thing, and he's kind of, he's gone against, common belief about quarterbacks and how it works. So it's just special.
I could not agree more, man. And like, listen, I keep getting asked like who you're rooting for in the game, and like I don't really have a horse in the race. Like, I like storylines on both sides, but it's hard to not want this to happen for Sam. It really is. Because I think anybody that's been in the league and struggled through it yourself and had to persevere through ups and downs, like, it is very difficult, especially once that narrative throughout the league has already been set. It's hard to get that next opportunity.
Exactly.
And for him to be able to do this multiple times, have to reaffirm himself, and to have the year he's had on a special team right now, like, it's hard not to root for the Ginger Cuz, man. What's the better
Ginger Cuz?
What's the better nickname? Ginger Cuz or Buddy?
Oh, come on now. Maybe he feels a different way about it, but don't call me Buddy. Don't call me
Don't
Buddy.
call you Buddy?
I got a little ginger in the beer. If they were calling me Ginger Cuz, I'm like, I'll take Ginger Cuz. Don't call me Buddy. Call me Ginger Cuz. I'm checking out. So yeah, I'm at a gas station getting something. You call me Ginger Cuz, that's fine. I'm good. Don't call me Buddy.
Don't call me Buddy.
I'm pretty sure we had our guy Matt Stafford on here talking about how you're attending early QB meetings. You still in the QB room?
I'm still in the QB room. They can't get me out of there, man. It's my room now. Took over.
I love it, man.
Let me ask you this, and I think I already know the answer, but just for like people watching, why do you attend the QB meetings? What does a receiver get out of going to the QB meetings?
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, it's a QB perspective. Like, I want to hear. I want to be watching the film with the quarterback when he's taking his notes, when he's kind of diagnosing. Okay, these are the things that I'm seeing. These are the things that even like give me concern. That maybe the coach, it's not from the coach's, it's from the quarterback's perspective. This is concerning to me, and maybe he's like has a thought about how he would want to attack, or what answer he wants that to be. I get to be in there, and I get to be at the genesis of it all. But then the other part of it is to be in the meetings themselves, because now, like in the receiver room, they're not going to touch on the progression of a quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, they're not saying, hey, this is 1 high, 2 high this way. It's like, no, we're running a bench route. You know what I mean? And so I want to know on the backside, if I'm running a China route on the backside, well, how much time do I have? Am I first in the progression? Am I fourth in the progression? That really changes how I'm going to run my route, and when I can be ready, when the quarterback expects me to be ready for the ball. You know what I mean?
I love this.
Did you ever play a little quarterback?
So my dad was a quarterback.
Okay.
So my dad was a quarterback in the NFL for a couple of years. He backed up. He was third string to Troy Aikman, and then Jason Garrett actually beat out my dad for the third spot with the Cowboys. So my dad, so I learned receiver from my dad, a quarterback. You know, so like when I run a route, I wasn't getting told what to do as a receiver. I was getting told, no, you can't do that because the quarterback's not going to like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So he was on me early. He was on me early about like sticking my foot in the ground. Like, no, you have to indicate. Your indicator's not good enough.
Your sign language, man. You know
it. That's it. So
indicator. What's
we're talking in code to this fucking fat boy. Yeah.
I don't know shit about an indicator. What's this?
I gotta use my body to communicate to the quarterback. Right? I want to he's gonna see me 20 yards away, and when I make a move or do something, I'm gonna do something that's indicating I'm breaking down and I'm going to be in the spot that you're expecting me to go, right? Because he's going to be letting the ball go when my back's to him. So he needs to know, like, man, hey, it's happening now. You know, I need to be able to put my foot in the ground when I'm breaking in or out and how I'm rolling. So I can't just you can't just ooze into like a deep out route. You got to put your foot in the ground and be like, I'm going now. You know what I mean? So he knows that it's coming.
Coop, I think, and that's so good. That was a great way of describing it. I think what you do that's different from others is that you're giving those indicators to the quarterback, but you never give those indicators to the defense. And that's so hard because the defense is watching those indicators. And I do a whole lot of bullshit to make up for my speed. Like I'm doing skips and things with my shoulders and things, I'm doing all this shit just to get this much separation, where you actually have the speed and you have the shoulder lean and you give none of those indicators, as well as like when you want to really get open on a double move and things like that. But you're giving the defense no indicators that you're going to be going one way or the other. And that keeps the timing of these routes so true. And it's why you've always been mirrored up with your quarterback so well, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, try to do it as I ran a 4.6, right? So I gotta do the hop and skip, and I gotta do the little jack. Now I gotta do a little bit of this speed. You know what I mean?
Oh, you got it all. You got it all in the bag. But I'm a lot of those deeper routes. You don't have all that ability to really get into that kind of stuff. So that's what I was.
You don't have the time. Exactly. I get it.
Well, just gonna ask. Listen, you were in the Rams for a very long time with one head coach. What's it been like having a new head coach and Mike McDonald? Right? Has it been different being offense versus defense? How's that been for you?
Offensively, if you don't have a great day, it's okay because the coach is going to be so pumped at how good practice went. You know what I mean?
That's interesting.
You know how it goes? It's like, oh, hey, the defense had a great day today. It doesn't matter what the offense did. Hey, bring it up, boys. This is a great day. Where before, it didn't matter. It didn't matter what the energy was in practice. If the offense wasn't on it, it was a terrible day. Getting crushed. Getting absolutely crushed. So that's nice being on the other end of that side of things. But honestly, those two guys, Sean and Mike, both on two separate ends in terms of the offense and the defense, but they are doing it at the highest level of those two sides. And so it's cool to see it, and I like to sit in there with Mike, and I used to sit in with Sean and be able to talk through stuff and be able to talk the 500 600 level football stuff. And now I sit in there and I used to I could talk with him. I'm like, yeah, I can live at this place and communicate. And then you start talking to Mike and you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. This defense, defense is a whole nother world that maybe you think that you understand what you're doing offensively and you're attacking stuff, but there's a whole nother world out there that you don't understand, and the depth of it, and I'm reminded of that over and over again as I play in this game. The depth of detail that there is in the NFL it's an ocean.
It just keeps going, man.
Yeah, and it's different the way it is in different systems. Cover 3 is just such a generic term for a way that everybody thinks about what that is, right? And how it's taught versus different formations and clusters and what teams do specifically in their progressions and
how it changes week to week.
No doubt.
Yeah.
You obviously played with Matthew Stafford for a long time, now with Sam Darnold. What are the differences between those two guys in particular?
One's got red hair, one's got gray hair. It is great though being Matthew Singh when he comes in. It's oh, I've seen that. Any look. Oh, I saw that. 2012 week 4, they brought that same pressure. It's okay, you're ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You can't compete with the experience that he has, because it's not just the experience, it's not just time, it's like, it's memory. It's like he has all that stored in this database. He's like an AI center, and it's like it's built into his brain, sick, and he's just like pulling these things. Like, dude, I can't keep up with you. You're just rolling. And for Sam is so processed. It's like, man, he's seen a lot. He's been in a lot of different situations, and he carries that stuff with him well. But a lot of it is his process and his preparing through the week. It's like, man, he's so on. Hey, I'm in here until 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, I'm moving on to my next thing, and I'm on it. He's just boom, like a robot on his stuff. Awesome, so when he gets to the game on Sunday, it's like, man, he's just gone through it. He's so prepared for that moment to step out there and play. Or he's almost over. It's like you don't have to poop at 7 every morning. You know what I mean? Like you can do other things.
Just wants to be ready for it, man.
He wants to be ready.
I love it, man. Well, I'm sure it was pretty weird lining up against your former teammate former teammates and former team. But you were in quotes saying it was cool that we had to go through the Rams. The script writers did a good job with that one. I'm glad you're a believer in the script writers as well. They were definitely writing the script for me and Jason to go to the Super Bowl when we started this New Heights podcast. So.
Yeah, you remember the meetings. Yeah, it's good.
Exactly.
That was crazy, wasn't it? I mean, and like I said, I've touched on this before, but there's so many guys in playing that game. No one wants to make it about themselves and it's my story, but like, in my world, that was a crazy story. For it to play out how it did, that was wild.
Were you in those defensive meetings, letting them know about all of McVay's tricks up their sleeve? And I've always wondered when a guy goes to the other team.
No, it's hard. I mean, you can't I know a lot of the stuff that they do. I don't know if it's changed, but I can sit there and be like, okay, yeah, looks like, I know that signal. I know what this, maybe some of these hurry up offense, what they're doing. But how do you, as a coach, tell the defense, oh, hey, don't listen to what my call is. I need you to listen to what they're doing. And then, you know what I mean?
And they know and McVay knew you were over there, and that could be a possibility. So they're changing signals, and all of a sudden, you can get caught in a tough position. I just had to ask this.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it just doesn't, I just don't know that it really works. It's a little, I think there's little things, little pieces hey, this little indicator maybe of something. But it's a broad thing. Hey, this might indicate, these kinds of plays are coming, versus being oh, this is the exact play that's coming.
To put that in the back of somebody's mind with everything else that you got to deal with on the football field, I feel like it's almost like a crutch to be able to have somebody thinking that much about all of it. So I'm right there with you.
Yeah. How has the Coop chant been with the 12th man instead of the Rams fans this year? Does it feel weird, or is it? How do you feel about it?
It's been pretty solid. I'll tell you what. It's been pretty solid. Lumen's crazy. Playing in Lumen, it gets rowdy. And I've been on the other side of it. It's really similar though. It used to be I used to run onto the field, for part early on, and you get the boos. Now I run on, I just get the coops.
Doesn't feel that different.
I've kind of been here. I've kind of been here before.
That's great.
You got another unbelievable wide receiver in the wide receiver room with you in Seattle right now. JSN is absolutely taking this league by storm. I think he's right now, in terms of every single route he's running, pound for pound, one of the best fucking wide receivers I've ever seen play this damn game, man. He's so fun to watch, and he has that ability to just do it with ease, similar to how you are. He doesn't give a lot of indicators on the deeper routes, and he's always on time. And then his big play ability is through the fucking roof. Did you coach him up at all? Did you give him experience? How was it when you got in the wide receiver room over there?
Yeah, it was good. I basically have built Jackson myself.
I knew it was going there. I knew it.
He was so good. When I got here, watching him go through OTAs, dude, this dude's special, and I don't think you never know going into a season, statistically, what the production is going to be like. What are we going to be like as an offense? That dictates a lot of it as well. But he's just over and over again made the plays. When the opportunities come, we don't throw the ball. We're not super high up on the list in terms of how often we're throwing the ball. But when we do, and when the opportunity comes his way, he's making the play. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And I think to do that, you gotta be consistently getting open, like consistently open. You don't know when that time's gonna be when the ball is coming your way. And so he's just been special in that way. And like you said, note indicators, like he's so smooth. He plays at one level the entire time. You know, he can run a 15-yard outbreaking speed cut route and never change. It's like the same level the entire time. He just kind of Porsche turns to the sideline and plays negative coming out of his breaks. And it's really special seeing him do his thing.
Dude,